Hi, welcome to iFlip for Math, MathCast, Lesson 7-4, Multiplying Two Decimal Numbers. Our quote today is by Charles Dickens, who wrote A Christmas Carol. You've probably seen that. A loving heart is the truest wisdom, and we're going to use the love between Princess Dot and Ryan to make sure that we can multiply two decimal numbers. That's our learning goal. Go ahead and write that in your journal, and let's start the lesson. Here are our individual lesson learning goals. Multiply the numbers just as you would multiply whole numbers. Ignore the decimals. Then use the Princess Dot strategy to know how many places to move the decimal to the left in the product. Again, check your work using the digital root strategy. Here's our vocabulary. Again, I didn't write it because I want you to listen. You don't have to write this in your journal. Just listen. Princess Dot, remember she's represented by a decimal in our fairy tale. Leapfrog, that is Ryan, our Kiss Happy Frog. That's going to be represented by an X, and he's going to leapfrog over numbers to give Princess Dot a big smackaroo and save the day. And remember, a smackaroo is a kiss. Here's our first example. 5 and 21/100ths times 4 and 6/10ths. We can estimate our answer here too by rounding to the greatest place value position. So do that so you have an idea of what your answer should be. Let's go ahead and work this out. I went ahead and wrote the numbers down. I put the number with more digits on the top just because that's what we're the most comfortable with. I want you to notice something. When we write a problem down in division with two decimals or a decimal in both numbers, we line up the numbers. And if you look at an addition symbol, that straight up and down line tells you to line up your decimals, but a multiplication symbol doesn't have that straight up and down line. So we don't line up our decimals, and we just write them just like we would write regular numbers without decimals. Let's go ahead and multiply. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. Carry your 1. 6 times 5 is 30 plus 1 is 31. I'm done multiplying by the 6, so X, O, and kisses to go. I'm noticing in class that a lot of you aren't using this strategy. I'm telling you it will keep you from making silly mistakes later on. Use it. Now we're ready to multiply by the 4. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 5 is 20. And we're ready to add those up. 6 plus 0 is 6. 2 plus 4 is 6. 1 plus 8 is 9. 3 plus 0 is 3. And 0 plus 2 is 2. Don't put any commas in because we've got to use our Princess Dot strategy. Here's Ryan, our frog, that's going to jump over to Princess Dot and give her a big smackaroo. How many places does he leapfrog? 1, 2. He leapfrogged over 2 place value positions. So let's put a 2 in parentheses here. It's got to do it one more time though in this problem. Here's Ryan. He leapfrogs 1 place to give Princess Dot a big kiss. So in all, he leapfrogged 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 places. Write that down next to your product. Now let's put Ryan right there and have him leapfrog 3 places to the left. 1, 2, 3. So our final answer is 23 and 966 thousandths. Now, this is where I would stop and use my digital root checking strategy that we learned in lessons 3-1, 3-2, 3-3, 3-4, and etc. But right now I'm just going to estimate to make sure I have my decimal placement in the right place. If I round 5 and 21/100ths to the greatest place value position, I just round it to 5. And 4 and 6/10ths rounds to 5 as well. 5 times 5 is 25. So my answer should be about 25. 23 and 966 thousandths is really close to 25. So that lets me know that I put my decimal in the correct place. Find the product 9 and 1/10ths times 11 and 6/10ths. Pause, go back and look at the example if you need to. Push play when you're ready. Did you write 105 and 56 hundredths? Let's see how we did that. I've written my number with the most digits on top because that's how we're used to seeing our multiplication. I did not line up my decimals. They happen to line up here, but we're not going to use them that way. And they only happen to line up because I started writing my digits from the right to the left, and it was just a coincidence. In multiplication, we don't worry about lining up the decimals. Let's go ahead and multiply this problem like there's no decimals in it. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. I'm done multiplying by this, so x, O, and I have no kisses to go, nothing that I carried. 9 times 6 is 54, carry my 5. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 5 is 14. Touch point it if you need to. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 1 is 10. Add 'em. 6 plus 0 is 6. 1 plus 4 is 5. 1 plus 4 is 5. 0 plus 0 is 0. And 0 plus 1 is 1. Don't put your commas in. We've got to do our Princess Dot strategy. So here's Ryan, and this time he leapfrogs one place to get to Princess Dot. So we'll put a 1 in parentheses. On this number, he again leapfrogs one place to give her a kiss. So in all, he leapfrogs 2 places. So here's Ryan, and he leapfrogs 1, 2 spaces, 2 place value positions. So our final answer is 105 and 56 hundredths. Check it using digital root to make sure these numbers are correct. In estimating, 11 rounded to the greatest place value position, 11 and 6/10, is 12. And 9 and 1/10 is just 9. So 12 times 9 is 108. Is our answer anywhere close to 108? 105 and 56 hundredths. It is. So that tells us our decimal placement is most likely correct. Practice problem number 2. Find the product for 1 and 81 hundredths times 3 and 7/10. Remember to pause and push play when you're ready. Did you write 6 and 697 thousandths? Let's see how we got that answer. So I'm going to do my estimation first just to get that out of the way. 1 and 81 hundredths rounded to the greatest place value position is actually 2. 3 and 7/10 rounded to the greatest place value position is 4. And 2 times 4 is 8. So our answer should be around 8. Let's go ahead and work our problem. 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 5 is 12. X, O, kisses to go. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 8 is 24. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 2 is 5. Let's add those up. 7 plus 0 is 7. 6 plus 3 is 9. 2 plus 4 is 6. And 1 plus 5 is 6. Don't put your commas in. Here's Ryan. He's going to leapfrog 2 places to get to Princess Dot here, and leapfrog 1 place to get to Princess Dot here. So in all, he's going to leapfrog 3 places. Here's Ryan. 1, 2, 3. So the answer is 6 and 697 thousandths. Check with digital root checking to know if these numbers are correct. And look at our estimation. We estimated 8. 6 and 697 thousandths is really close to 8. Princess Dot loves word problems, so here's one for her. Princess Dot's children drink 8 and 5/10 bottles of milk per day. Each bottle holds 1 and 35 hundredths quarts of milk. She wants to find the total number of quarts of milk that they drink each day. As she works out the problem, first of all, how many places will Princess Dot move the decimal to the left in the product? Make sure you write that down. Then, how many quarts of milk do they drink each day? Show your work in your journal and push play when you're ready. Did you write that she moved her decimal 3 places to the left? Did you write that they drank 11 and 475 thousandths quarts of milk each day? If you did, good job. If not, watch and see how we did this one. So again, even though 8 and 5/10 is bigger than 1 and 35 hundredths, I wrote the 1 and 35 hundredths on top because it has more digits, and that's how we're used to seeing it written. I didn't line up my decimals though. If I estimate this, so if I round this 1 and 35 hundredths to 1 and 8 and 5/10 to 9, I know that my answer should be about 9 quarts per day. So let's see how close our estimate is to our actual product. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 2 is 17. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 1 is 6. X, O, and we've got a couple kisses to go up here. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 3 is 24 plus 4 is 28. 8 times 1 is 8 plus 2 is 10. Adam, 5 plus 0 is 5. 7 plus 0 is 7. 6 plus 8 is 14. Carry your 1. 1 plus 0 is 1. And 0 plus 1 is 1. So let's come up and do our Princess Dot strategy. Here's Ryan. He's going to jump 1, 2 places to the left to get to Princess Dot. And here he's going to jump 1 place to the left. He's a leapfrogger extraordinaire. In all, he leapfrogs 2 plus 1 is 3 places. Always write that down below so that you don't make a mistake. Here's Ryan. 1, 2, 3. So our final answer is 11 and 475 thousandths. Use your digital root checking to make sure you have these numbers correct. And when we look at our estimation, 9 was our estimated answer, and 11 and 475 thousandths is our actual answer. 9 and 11 are pretty close together. It's time to challenge yourself. So here it is. Ryan is giving Princess Dot a birthday party. The table shows what food he must buy for the party and how much each item will cost per pound. How much will Ryan pay for all the food? Notice the table. I've given you 3 items that he's going to purchase for the party and the amount that each item is going to cost and the price per pound. Now, in some of your answers, you may come up with more decimal place value positions than we generally see in money. So you may need to round your decimal answers to the hundredths place. That's just a little hint. Go ahead, give it your best shot. Show your work in your journal. I know you could do this on the calculator really quickly, but again, that would take all the fun out of it. So work your problems and come back to school and check tomorrow. Finishing up, go ahead and review your learning goals. If this is hard for you, you know you can make up problems and practice some more. You'll know if you got them correct because you'll use your digital root checking strategy to check the numbers in the answer. Then you'll use your estimation strategy of rounding to the greatest place value position to check your decimal placement. It's good practice. It'll make your math brain a lot stronger. Go ahead and write down if you're at a level 1, 2, or 3 in your journal. That way I know how much help you need tomorrow. Then write down any questions you still have. Leaping leapfrogs, you've completed lesson 7-4, multiplying 2 decimal numbers. I can't wait to see you tomorrow.